A very big baseball weekend is underway at Turner Field in Atlanta. It's the Delta Civil Rights Weekend. And oh, by the way, the first place Los Angeles Dodgers are in town to face the surging Atlanta Braves. All year long, Braves baseball on Peachtree TV is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price, every day. Good Friday night, everybody, with Joe Simpson and Tom Glavine. Chip Carey back at the ballpark. The Braves finished with the San Diego Padres on this homestand. They won 3 out of 4 games against the Friars, stay within the Western Division, but now have to tangle with the top-running Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, as we all know, Chip, the Dodgers made some changes to improve their ball club, and they really added some people that they needed. They needed a leadoff hitter, they needed a 5-hole hitter, and they got that in Shane Victorino and in Hanley Ramirez. So they're doing a good job of scoring runs lately. Their last 13 games, they're 9-4 and averaging over 5 runs a game. And that's helping that pitching staff that you see down there at the bottom. That's third in the major leagues in ERA among starters. They're second in quality starts. So now they're getting some offense to go with their pitching, and they're playing good baseball.
And it'll be Tommy Hanson pitching for the Braves tonight against that much-improved Dodgers offense. He'll be making his first start since his July 30th start against the Marlins. Went on the DL after that start, had a 5-inning rehab start in Gwinnett on Sunday that went very well, so we look for him to go out there and keep this good homestand going.
The Braves won the first series head-to-head with the Dodgers out on the West Coast. They hope that winning trend continues here at home tonight. It's Game 1, Braves and Dodgers baseball from Turner Field, and we'll get to the lineups and first pitch right after this. Night here at Turner Field, and Friday Night Braves baseball, as always, is presented by our friends at Blimpie. Joe, Tom, and Chip back with you here at Turner Field as the Dodgers are in town for their first and only visit to Atlanta. And many familiar faces are in this Los Angeles lineup. Shane Victorino, the former Philly, is in left field and leading off for Los Angeles. Matt Kemp had a remarkable year last season. He's their center fielder and batting third. Former Marlin Hanley Ramirez is happy in Los Angeles and playing shortstop and playing it well. And then some unfamiliar names at the bottom of the order. Most notably Luis Cruz, who's a young man out of Mexico and getting the start at third base.
And they'll be facing a familiar face from the Braves as well, Tommy Hansen. You see his numbers there in his last 11 starts, 7-1, a little bit of a high ERA, but Braves are finding a way to win, 10-1 in those games when Tommy's on the mound. So, like we've talked about so often, Braves have a good feeling when he's on the mound. They've had good results, and let's hope that continues.
And his 4 keys to pitching success tonight. He'll be facing a different Dodger lineup than what the Braves saw certainly at the beginning of the year, and even as recently as July 1. Big overturn in their lineup, and one that's been very productive, as we just outlined in our opening comments. And 3, 4, and 5, Kemp, Ethier, and Ramirez in the middle of their order are doing the real damage for these guys. So you've got to be mindful of them. But anytime you want to beat a team that Shane Victorino's on, especially in the leadoff spot, you got to keep him off the sacks too.
Here's the Braves defense. It was awfully good last night behind Chris Medlin. Let's see if Prado, Bourne, and Hayward can continue that good work with the leather. Chipper, after his remarkable night last night, is back in at third base. And with the left-hander on the mound, David Ross gets the start behind the plate. Here's the umpiring crew for this series. Brian Knight will call balls and strikes. Mike Winters is at first. Mark Wegner at second, and Wally Bell's the ump at third. So Tommy Hansen is back after a stint with a bad back. And he misses low to Shane Victorino, the Dodgers leadoff man. Comfortable night, 82 degrees. A breeze out of the northwest and partly cloudy skies. Those are Victorino's combined numbers with the Dodgers and Phillies. While with Philadelphia, the Braves held Victorino to only 2 hits and 17 at-bats.
Be nice for Tommy to get off to a good start, kind of put that DL stint in the rearview mirror. As you said, Tommy had a good outing Sunday in Gwinnett. Sure made him feel good.
And he strikes out Victorino.
High fastball here.
Yeah, a little bit of a mislocation, trying to go down and away, but if you're going to miss in a good spot, and he did there, in over above Victorino's hands. He couldn't do anything with it.
Second baseman Mark Ellis, the hitter, at 265 with 4 homers and 19 driven in. Former Oakland A and Colorado Rocky. It's been a real remarkable season for this man for the Dodgers. As Ellis tonight playing in just his 72nd game. He had a horrific injury that nearly went undetected back in May for Los Angeles. He had been kicked in the leg and was complaining about some soreness in his calf. They took x-rays. There was no major problem, or so they thought. The next morning, Ellis woke up with pain and swelling in his leg. What happened was the calf muscles were being pressured by swelling. And there was a real concern that had the doctors not found that injury 5 or 6 hours later, he might have lost his leg for Los Angeles. So he missed about 6 weeks, and here he is back in action for the Dodgers. Really a remarkable story.
He's always been known as a good hitter. He can put the ball in play. He's had a season with Oakland where he hit 19 homers. But this year he's playing great defense. 71 games, he's only made 3 errors at second base for the Dodgers on a team that's not that good defensively. They've made 80 errors compared to the Braves' 60.
One hopper to second. Dan Uggla's got that. And 2 outs for Matt Kemp. If you're going to face this guy, here's how you want to do it, right?
2 outs and nobody on. If he does any damage, it won't be a lot of damage. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We can face him this whole series with 2 outs and nobody on. And I think the Braves are going to be in a good position.
And he's the subject of our Georgia lottery hitting the jackpot. And as Joe mentioned, with all these changes for Los Angeles, look at how Kemp has benefited.
Yeah, it's not coincidence either that Hanley's deepened their lineup, but Matt Kemp's a tough out no matter who's hitting behind him.
He swings the first pitch and flies to right. Jason Hayward's got it. Welcome back, Tommy Hanson. He's off to a good start in his 100th big league start tonight. Los Angeles fails to score. Here come the Braves against Chris Capuano. Start the game. Now the Braves go to work. 4 games out of first place in the National League East. Michael Bourne, Martin Prado, Jason Hayward, 1, 2, and 3. Chipper Jones, the cleanup man, with Freddie Freeman in at first base. Dan Uggla, David Ross, Paul Janisch, and Tommy Hanson, the bottom of the batting order.
Facing Dodgers left-hander Chris Capuano. See him in his last 8 games against the Braves, 4-1 with a 1.5 ERA. Pitched very well against the Braves over his career. He currently has a 12-inning scoreless streak going. Pitched a great ball game his last time up for the Dodgers against Miami, winning 5-0, going 8 innings and giving up no runs.
He'll face Michael Bourne first. And a bunt attempt is popped up to the catcher. And Trainer's going to handle that in foul ground. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Chris Capuano is 33. He'll be 34 in a couple of days. 6'3", 215. His Ford keys to pitching success, no sweat. Hey, 5-3 against the Braves, won 3 in a row. You saw the numbers earlier. Should be a walk in the park for him tonight, right? And off-speed strikes. He's not overpowering, but he's got an outstanding changeup and slider. He needs to throw those for strikes to make sure the Braves respect them and don't just sit on his fastball.
And fellas, he's another one of those left-handers that seems to give the Braves real trouble. He did earlier this year out in Los Angeles. We gave up only 1 run in 7 innings on April 23rd. Arguably had his best big league game last season against Atlanta while with New York.
Yeah, that game he had back in August of 2011 was pretty special in a lot of ways. His career low hit game, his career high in strikeouts. It was his last complete game and last shutout of his career, so I'm sure that's one that he'll try and remember and call on.
Ground ball towards short. First chance for Hanley Ramirez. And 2 outs.
That was a classic sequence there by Capuano to a right-handed hitter. Busted Martin in with an 88, 89 fastball and then got him out on a changeup away. He's a 2-time Tommy John recovering pitcher. Twice had it fixed.
Jason Hayward with the bases empty and 2 outs in the Braves first. I'll be interested to see how Hanley Ramirez plays shortstop for the Dodgers. When we saw him with the Marlins, he was their third baseman. He handled his first chance tonight very effectively. And he's playing shortstop because D. Gordon's hurt for Los Angeles. Gordon's got a torn ligament in his thumb. And Hayward takes strike 3, and the duel is on. Hansen and Capuano work perfect first innings, and we head to the second inning with no score. In part by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by AT&T, by Delta Airlines, and by Ford. Nice crowd tonight in Atlanta on Friday night. Braves and Dodgers meeting in Game 1 of the series. And as we head to the second inning, Andre Ethier ready to lead things off for Los Angeles. Another solid year for the Dodger right fielder. Was 4 for 12 against Braves pitching back at Dodger Stadium.
Solid hitters having a good road trip, and a guy who kind of hides in the weeds between Kemp and Ramirez now. Great bat speed, excellent low ball hitter.
Yeah, I'm sure he kind of likes just hanging out in this lineup right now between those two guys.
He's ahead 3 balls, no strikes, and he also is ahead of the Dodger offense with 41 extra base hits and 35 multi-hit games. And he's done that damage even with missing 11 tilts with an oblique problem. And Tommy drops in a strike, 3-1 the count. Full count. Don Mattingly, the Dodgers skipper, watches Ethier break his bat and rolls slowly to second. Good comeback by Hansen, who fell behind, 3-0 in the count. Georgia Power's EarthSense commercial energy efficiency program offers rebates to encourage business customers to incorporate high efficiency measures into their facility. To learn more about Georgia Power's EarthSense commercial energy efficiency program, visit georgiapower.com/commercial savings. So here's Hanley Ramirez. Again, his combined numbers with the Dodgers and the Marlins. But 23 RBIs in 21 games so far with Los Angeles.
.317, 5 doubles, triple, couple homers with the Dodgers, having a great road trip. So he's been swinging the bat well.
It's a team that sorely lacks power, and he can help provide a little add-on there too. By comparison, Dodgers have hit 72 homers. The Braves have hit 117 for a comparison.
High fly to shallow right. 2 outs. First baseman James Loney bats. Hitting .255 this year, and at what's considered a power position on the diamond, the Los Angeles first baseman's hit just 3 homers this year.
One of those was yesterday in Pittsburgh. No fallout or no news yet on the incident yesterday in the second inning with umpire Angel Campos between Don Mattingly and Matt Kemp and the umpire. But I'm sure there will be some.
Yeah, I think Kemp made contact, didn't he?
I believe he did. If not with Campos, he did with a couple of other umpires who were trying to head him off.
1 ball, 1 strike to Loney. Kemp said he was just cheering on one of his teammates, Andre Ethier. The umpire, according to the Dodgers, looked over in the Dodger dugout and kicked him out for no reason.
For Mattingly, it was his 6th ejection of the year.
Missed. 3 balls and a strike. Tommy wants a new baseball. That'll ricochet into the seats, foul to the right side, and Loney will face a 3-2 pitch. In the air toward right, Jason Hayward over a few steps. And Tommy Hansen's worked 2 scoreless innings in the series opener.
ranked #1 in customer satisfaction nationwide year after year. Experience all the comfort and amenities you expect at an unexpectedly low price. Jameson Inn, Southern hospitality at its best.
The Braves are up in the bottom of the second inning.
Is that baby crying? I'd be crying too, wearing that outfit. Put some Braves garb on her, she'll be happy as a lark.
Chipper Jones leads off the second. High fly ball, hammered left center field. He's done it again.
He had been 1 for 13 off Capuano in his career. High fastball. Capuano's only given up 15 home runs this year. And of course, last night it was bobblehead night. He hit 2. Tonight it's Chipper Jones print night, and he's off to a decent start.
We start having a giveaway every night.
Yeah. I was talking to him before the game. I said, "Are you still swinging the big bat?" And he goes, "Yeah." So it's 34 ounces plus. And I asked him about, I said, do you ever use a cupped in bat? And he said no, because he likes the weight. He said, I like the weight in the end of the bat because he said, I don't often get jammed or like have my bat broken. If I miss, it's because I've opened up too quickly, and then I need that on the end of the bat. Kind of like the first home run last night when he got fooled a little bit. Didn't get fooled on that fastball.
1-0 Braves lead on the first pitch of the second inning. Now Freddie Freeman is down swinging. First out of the second. And Dan Uggla the hitter.
That'd be a nice feeling as a hitter to know that you just don't often get jammed, huh? You don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Take that out of the equation.
.15 homers, 62 knocked in for Uggla. And a little low, 1 ball, no strikes.
The atmosphere here the last 2 nights has been very reminiscent of like the mid-90s. There's just a vibe. Everybody really excited about last night and what Chipper did on his bobblehead night. And I don't know. Jim Powell and I were talking about it after the game, radio voice of the Braves, and he was talking about how it reminded him a couple of years ago when we were coming down the home stretch in Bobby's last year. And the excitement as the team was headed to postseason and that feel, and there's kind of that feeling now, too.
You know, there's some of that buzz obviously surrounding Chipper, but you hope more and more of it becomes as big a part of this team, because this is a good team.
It is a good
These guys
team.
are playing good baseball, and you know, I know everybody still has somewhat of what happened last year in their minds, but these guys don't, and they're playing hard, and they're, you know, they feel good about what they're doing. And I can tell you as a player, there's no better feeling coming down the stretch than knowing you got a packed house every night and there's electricity in the air.
And all facets of the game are clicking too. They're scoring lots of runs. The starting pitching has been terrific. We've raved about the bullpen, and justifiably so. Last night was a highlight reel worth of defensive plays behind Chris Medlin. As Dan's down on strikes, that's 3 strikeouts for Capuano. The Braves, best record in baseball since the 3rd of July. They're 28-11 in their last 39 games. All going to what Tom and Joe were saying. David Ross bats. David hit a home run off Capuano in Los Angeles earlier this year.
He's one of the few guys in the lineup with good numbers against Capuano.
Yeah, he was 4 for 12. 2 homers coming in. A little late on that fastball. This guy, as you said, Tom, really pitched a great game against Miami, but the starts prior to that, he hadn't been very good. He's lost 5 of his last 7.
That's well hit toward right center field, but Ethier is there, and the side is retired. Chipper Jones jumps on the first pitch of the second inning. After a 2-homer night last night, he's on the board again in the second inning of Game 1 against Los Angeles. Powered by Hyundai, by the Home Depot, by Blimpie, and by Georgia Power. A Chipper Jones homer, the only offense so far tonight. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing as we head to the third inning. And time to enjoy tonight's SunTrust solid performance.
140 team ERA over the last 15 home games. That's the best in any 15-game span in Atlanta Braves history.
That'll get it done. That'll win you some games there.
Don't have to score a whole lot.
No.
When you're getting a 1.4 turn for you.
Luis Cruz is the Dodger third baseman and starts things off in the third inning. And Hansen paints the outside corner. Cruz, a non-roster player out of Sonora, Mexico. Had some major league experience with the Pirates and Milwaukee. And has done a nice job for Los Angeles, hitting .262 this season.
Yeah, the broadcasters were really bragging on it. The clutch hits he's been coming up with. Some surprising gap power. He's hit a couple of homers. And normally a second baseman, sometimes shortstop, and playing well at third.
And he's got a good number.
Yeah, he does. And a good eye, I guess.
And Tommy will go to the stretch for the first time as Cruz is issued a leadoff walk. Tommy Hansen gunning for his 13th win tonight. Will face Matt Traynor, the catcher.
Trainer doesn't get to play a lot. His average suffers as a result. Giving A.J. Ellis a night off.
Automatically is playing Trainer for the 28th time as a starter tonight. Dodgers have won 15 of the first 27 games he's caught. One ball, one strike. Nice handle on a short hop by Freddie Freeman at first base.
If you haven't made the connection yet, Matt Trainer, the husband of Misty May Trainer, who is a 3-time gold medalist now in women's volleyball, beach volleyball.
Two. Swing and a miss. Hansen strikes out the catcher.
Like he caught him guessing something else. He was very late on it.
Yeah, that was a emergency swing. Try and get a piece of it and follow it off, but he wasn't able to catch up to it.
2 strikeouts for Tommy tonight. And now the pitcher, Chris Capuano, is 4 for 40 at the plate. Does have 11 sacrifices. And he lays down a Butte. Runner to second, 2 outs, and Shane Victorino's the hitter.
Just looking at the Dodgers record today against other teams, and as I said last night, the Braves and Dodgers had a great series in LA earlier this year, and the Braves won the last 2 games in close contests. But they're kind of a tough team to figure, at least up until about the middle of July. 1-6 against Milwaukee. They're 4-8 against Arizona, and they are 3-0 against Washington.
I like that last one.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. Victorino struck out his first time up. Tommy missed his spot, but as Tom Glavine mentioned, the ball ended up in a real good place for a pitcher. Shane couldn't make contact and was retired to start the game.
Well, with the Phillies this year, he was 2 for 17 against Atlanta, and both hits were homers.
Outside corner, and Victorino didn't like that.
Victorino's from Hawaii. I'm not sure, but I believe he still makes his home in Hawaii. So a little shorter hop for him to get home than it was from Philly.
Yeah, a lot shorter.
Two balls, two strikes. And downstairs. Well, Victorino was originally a Dodger. Many folks forgot about that. He played so many years with the Phillies. Los Angeles took him in the 6th round of the '99 draft. The Padres took him in the Rule 5 draft in 2002. The Phillies got him in the Rule 5 draft in 2004. Couple of All-Star seasons, couple of World Series appearances for Victorino. Now, because they have Matt Kemp to play center, Shane forced defensively to left field.
A couple of guys that'll cover a lot of ground out there.
That's pretty good threesome in your outfield defensively with Ethier.
Into the seats again, still a full count.
A lot of breaking balls here trying to put him away, even when he was ahead in the count. One after another, couple that were low. That one just trying to get it over and make sure he threw a strike.
Seems to be throwing them a little bit more frequently to the left-handers too.
High fly left center. Michael Bourne gallops over. He's got it. And the side is retired. The Dodgers strand their first base runner, and Tommy Hanson leads by a run in the bottom of the 3rd. More fun, I'm sure, as a hitter to not have to see that guy in the middle of that threesome. That's Clayton Kershaw, one of the game's elite young pitchers. The Braves will not see him in this series. But he is the subject of our trivia question tonight. Of the last 25 years, he's one of only 2 Dodgers lefties to win 15 games or more in a season. Name the other man to do that.
Now that is hard to believe. With all the great pitching this organization has had.
One of 2 Dodger lefties with a 15-win or better season is our AT&T U-verse trivia question tonight.
So that would be going back to '87. Is that right? Okay.
I've got a name.
Who you got?
John Tudor.
I think that's too. I think he's too early for that. I think he was in the '70s and early '80s.
Paul Janisch is the hitter and takes high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
How about Ted Lilly?
How about Fernando?
Janisch with a base hit. He had 2 hits and 2 RBIs last night. Boy, has he been a terrific pickup or what?
Every time he gets a hit, it's like a bonus. You know, he's played such unbelievable defense. He stayed back long enough on that changeup to get a good piece of it.
Oh, you know, he's a proud major leaguer. You know, as much as everybody talks about his defense, and you know that's what he wants to do. He wants to contribute offensively too. So he's grinding up there. He's working hard, and he's been swinging the bat well lately. And like you say, every time he gets a hit, it's icing on the cake. But sure would be nice if you get more and more out of that, more and more of that out of him. Makes this lineup even deeper.
Tommy can help himself with a sacrifice here.
I have a question for you, Mr. Glavin. It has to do with the pitch that Paul just hit. Now, it wasn't a bad pitch at all, but Paul Janisch is hitting .210 after his good work last night. He's in the bottom of the order. It's, in my opinion, a lot harder to fool a guy batting in the bottom of the order that's kind of a punch and Judy singles hitter than it is the guys in the middle of the order.
Absolutely.
Agreed?
Absolutely. I know, you know, we've talked about this before, but when you do a breakdown of a lineup, I know it was always more challenging for me when I was facing a team that was more of a base hit team willing to hit the ball the other way, because I knew I was going to have to pitch in more to keep them honest, and I wasn't comfortable doing that. So those are the kinds of guys you have to get away from, just being away. Show them something inside to keep them honest, or go to your other pitches a little bit more, because they'll be content trying to take the ball the other way, and then when they stay on it, they hit a line drive up in the middle or hit a line drive the other way.
I don't mean this is in any disrespect to anybody that bats in the bottom of the order. Goodness knows I was down there enough, but maybe because I'm speaking from experience. But those guys are batting at the bottom of the order for a reason. They're used to getting fooled, quite frankly, and they make adjustments. And he was fooled on that changeup and hit it hard.
With 2 strikes, Tommy gets the bunt down. That could be a very big play in this game. Janisch to second, now 1 out.
He might lead the team in sacrifices, especially among the pitchers. That's number 7, and that is the most on the team among anybody.
Well, Michael Bourne tried to bunt to start the game for the Braves. He popped out to the catcher in the first inning. He brings a 6-game hitting streak into tonight's action. And he has a fast runner at second with 1 out. Braves 1-0 on a chipper homer.
Wow. That really wasn't a bad throw if it was coming from center field, trying to throw a guy out, give the catcher a good one-hopper. Nice play by Trainer.
Ooh, Michael swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe not in this count, but even though he popped up the bunt the first time up, I wouldn't mind seeing him drop a bunt down again, because I don't think they would be expecting that, especially on the right side of the infield where Loney's playing back quite a ways off the line. You just have to beat Capuano to the bag and have first and third and 1 out. The argument against that is that the Braves are the only team in baseball with 7 different guys that have 50 or more RBIs, and Michael's one of them.
He's got 51 to be exact. And he rolls this one foul past first. And that deep production is the subject of our Academy Sports and Outdoor Leaderboard.
White Sox next with 6. And then 3 more American League teams, and then the Cardinals all with 5.
Very balanced lineup, and production is balanced out as well, and that's what makes this team a hard team to pitch to.
Bourne works the count full. Prado's next. Let's see what they do with a 3-2 pitch.
He's got to look for the fastball. It's good enough to get by him if he's not looking for it. Doing a good job of fighting off that curve. Capuano's from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, West Springfield, Mass. Went to Duke. Got a degree in economics. He was a Phi Beta Kappa. So don't try to outthink him.
Valedictorian in high school too, wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to outsmart him. We got to hope that he outsmarts himself.
Good at bat by Bourne. First walk for Capuano. And now Martin Prado hits with runners first and second and 1 out. Prado's had a great homestand. He's 7 for 18 so far, including an 0 for 1 tonight. That's what he's done in the last 5 games for the Braves offense.
Oh, what a good pitch that was.
Strike 1.
Just walked a guy, and right-hander comes up who's anxious to drive in a run and drop that slow changeup, kind of dropping down and away from him. That was a beauty. Remember, he got Martin to ground out on that pitch first time up.
Fly ball shallow left. Shane Victorino's going to make the catch, and he does. That's the second out, and Jason Hayward hits.
Got away with a big mistake right there.
Huge.
See, after the changeup, trying to go fastball away and threw it right down the middle, and that was just a case of Martin getting himself out more than anything else.
Two on, 2 outs for Jason, who struck out looking his first time. Chipper Jones is our Delta Airlines on-deck batter.
Three of those homers have come in the last 10 innings.
Big swing and a miss, 0-2.
Make it 11 innings. Capuano's been tough on lefties all year long. Only a .235 average allowed by him. And of the 16 homers he's allowed, only one to a left-handed batter.
Well, a single would do just fine for Atlanta right here.
You bet.
Yeah, this is where you got to make up your mind, I would think, as a hitter. A lot of guys with 2 strikes look fastball maybe and try and fight off the breaking ball, but with him, where he doesn't throw as hard, you might see guys looking more breaking ball and thinking they can fight the fastball off.
And that's again over the outside corner, and Jason's caught looking for the second time in the game.
Same pitch.
Hansen back off the disabled list, pitching very, very well, much to the delight of our McDonald's fans of the game.
Now check out the glasses. Remember we had a couple last night with a bright blue hat, Braves gear on. Everybody decked out. It's great. Like we said, a little vibe going on here during the homestand. A little excitement cranking up. 43 games left.
Mark Ellis starts the 4th for the Dodgers. And a strike from Tommy Hansen. Well, everyone in baseball is talking about what the Washington Nationals are going to do with Steven Strasburg. Much of the talk in Atlanta has been what's beginning tonight in rotation for the Braves. With Tommy Hansen returning from his back injury, the Braves are starting tonight with what will be a 6-man pitching rotation.
What a difference a year makes. Think about where things were last year, where the Braves were having to dig deep into their minor league system to get guys to pitch. This year they have an abundance.
And it's for 2 weeks until the end of the month when the Braves are back home from our upcoming road trip. They'll go back to a standard 5-man rotation on or about Labor Day. And Freddie Gonzalez has said the 5 guys that pitch best are the 5 guys that are going to stay in rotation. And Chris Medlin certainly made his case last night for Atlanta, and Tommy Hansen tonight is making a strong bid as well.
But see, I look at it differently, Chip. And I understand your point about it beginning tonight, but I feel like it started 5 days ago. And that he's number 6 because he's just being plugged in tonight. So I think it's already begun, and it was all kind of predicated on the fact they don't have any off days for 2 weeks. So this helps, as Tommy pointed out a couple of days ago, it's like a built-in off day because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not the norm, but like I've said, You know, you don't know everything that's going on down there. It is getting late in the year without any off days. Some of these guys, you know, maybe they're a little dinged up and they could use the extra day a little bit more often.
Chipper to his left. 360 spin gets Kemp. 2 out. Pitching and defense go hand in hand, and it is again tonight.
Well, we've remarked an awful lot about how Chipper's defense goes unnoticed a lot, and along with that barehanded play he makes coming in, that's a play that he makes as well as anybody too, going to his glove side and picking up that ball and spinning around back to his glove side and making a nice, strong, accurate throw.
That ball had a lot of top spin too. He had to hurry to get over there. He's feeling good. I mean, it's obvious and it shows in every part of his game.
Andre Ethier with 2 outs. And that misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Tommy's approaching 60 pitches. He's on a good pace tonight. Freddie Gonzalez told me before the game that depending on the game situation, somewhere around 100 pitches is where they think they'd like to keep Hansen in his first start back.
And that's impressive in and of itself, that coming off the disabled list to have that kind of an allowance. They must have gotten great results or great reports on him from his Gwinnett outing. The side sessions, they see him on top of his game.
A 4-pitch walk puts Ethier aboard in front of Hanley Ramirez. Don't miss out on the Braves Father-Daughter Day on Saturday, September 1st against the Phillies. Those tickets start at $20 each, and they include a special Father-Daughter Day t-shirt as well as access to a pregame parade. We invite you to visit Braves.com for ticket information. Second walk for Hansen. Ramirez popped out to right in the second. He bats for the second time this evening. And 5 straight have missed by Hansen, and that draws a visit from David Ross. Hanley's had a very good road trip at the plate for the Dodgers. 13 for 30 with 10 RBIs. Not surprisingly, some of that damage came against the Miami Marlins. And the Dodgers just took 3 out of 4 from the Pirates up in Pittsburgh.
And he had a home run yesterday off A.J. Burnett.
And he smashes a line drive into left. Martin will try to cut it off. He did, shy of the track. And the throw quickly back in. They're going to send Ethier. The Giannis throw to the plate is going to be in time. More defense.
Started with Martin, and he did a 360 throw to Giannis, and a great pick there by Ross.
And a couple of terrific defensive plays here in the top of the fourth.
Chipper made the good play at third. Now watch Martin with no momentum going back to the infield. He made a good throw to Giannis. And then a short hop to David Ross, who picked the short hop and made the tag as the Dodgers tried to sneak in an easy run. Not happening. That's our Zaxby's indescribably good play. Outstanding relay by the Braves.
So that preserves the advantage for Tommy Hanson, and Chipper leads off the fourth. Again, swinging at the first pitch.
I'll be darned, he threw him another fastball, too.
And up again, too.
If you missed it, first pitch of the second inning. A launch. His 13th and his third in 2 nights.
Again to center. But Kemp is going to have room. 1 out. That play right there, Joe, is, I think, emblematic of the buzz that you were talking about at the ballpark. When this team is playing as well as it is, every time the ball meets the bat, fans get excited when it's headed to the outfield. That was a routine fly ball, but Chipper made it an exciting out, if you will.
Well, they're playing good baseball, and I think everybody's appreciating the fact that they're playing good baseball. I hope so. Won 15 out of 20. 17 out of 22, and as you pointed out, a great record since the All-Star break.
One ball, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman.
He painted the outside corner on Jason twice. Let's see where he goes here ahead in the count.
Two outs.
Best fastball of the night right there.
Yep.
Been sitting around 88, 89. That one was 91 on the outside corner, so he reared back with a little extra on that one.
Capuano, 5 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings, and now Dan Uggla, the batter, and also a strikeout victim that came in the second inning. And stays alive, but the count remains 0-2. Braves again start play 4 behind the Nationals. Washington hosting the Mets tonight. New York had an early 2-0 lead, but Mike Morse has hit a grand slam for the Nationals. It's now 6-2 Washington in the 5th inning. Bryce Harper has added a home run as well, and that's facing Johan Santana for the Mets.
Since they got Jason Worth back, and certainly with Mike Morse coming back sometime before that, their lineup is really deep right now, and they're swinging the bats well.
And I think Ian Desmond's back for Washington as well, if not tonight, very soon for the Nationals. Dan Uggla and the Braves are done in the 4th. It's a 1-0 Braves lead. 1-0 Braves have a lead. And all season long, Braves baseball on Peachtree TV is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price, every day. Joe Simpson, Tom Glavine, Chip Carey, and our great Peachtree TV crew tonight from Turner Field. As you see our game summary, Capuano and Hansen locking horns in a one-run game.
Chipper doing the magic again tonight. His first at bat, first pitch. Martin Prado getting credit for an assist as he was part of that relay, his 8th of the year.
James Loney starts the Dodger 5th. And strike one from Tommy Hansen. At the knees, called strike 2. That's fouled off Loney's body. James will hop around for a moment.
See, if you get a good pitch and you have a good cut and you foul it off your foot, that's one thing, because you thought maybe it was a good pitch to really hammer. That was a bad pitch in a bad location, and you still do it. That's just wasted.
Insult to injury.
Yeah. That was a bad one.
On the left field line, but headed for the seats. And still 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now Loney, the right side foul. And still 1-2. 23rd start for Hansen. The Braves are 16-6 in games he pitches this year. And dating back to mid-May, Tommy's won 9 of his last 11 decisions. He's allowed 1 hit tonight. He's walked a couple of batters. He struck out 3. And Chipper dives but can't come up with Loney's opposite field hit. Second time tonight the Dodgers have put the leadoff man aboard, and it's James Loney. And Luis Cruz is the batter. We join you from Turner Field, where Delta Airlines is a proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves.
Dodgers are hoping that James Loney can find some magic the last 6 weeks of the season, because he never hit a ton of homers, but the last 4 years, 13, 10, and 12. And he hit his 3rd yesterday. And always a guy with anywhere from 80 to 90 RBIs.
That's the part I would be more concerned about. He's got 32 with about 44, 45 games left.
Yeah, so what they've done to this point pretty much without him, if he can just get it going the last 6 weeks, I'm sure they'd be very happy with it if he'd put up more James Loney type numbers even for that period of time.
Yeah, if you put up even half those numbers over that stretch with the addition of Victorino and Hanley Ramirez, that'd be a welcome addition.
It's not going to be easy for the Dodgers. They've got the Braves in this series. We showed you how well Atlanta has been pitching. After the Dodgers wrap up this road trip, they go right back home and host the Giants for a 3-game series. That's past Giannis into left field. Cruz has a hit. And the Dodgers put the first 2 on here at the start of the 5th inning.
This was hit hard. Target was away, but it found the inner third of the plate, and he didn't miss it. Luis Cruz.
Well, Tommy could use a ground ball at somebody here. Matt Trainor's the catcher. He struck out in the 3rd. Slow roller. Giannis is going to have only 1 play. And Trainor's the first out of the inning, but Loney's at 3rd, Cruz is at 2nd, and Chris Capuano, the pitcher, is coming up.
It would be rare to have anybody batting the 8th spot bunt in front of the pitcher. I'm sure it's happened on occasion when you've got a guy that can swing the bat, but that was perfect for Don Mattingly. He didn't have to ask him to bunt, but it was good as a bunt.
And a world of possibilities here for the Dodgers because Capuano can handle the bat.
Yeah, his job right now is just to not to strike out or not to pop up. Ground ball up the middle scores a run. Sac fly. And he tried to ambush him right there and got a slider.
Outfield very shallow for him too. Try to take away any bloop he might hit.
In the air to left. Martin makes the catch. The runners will not advance. 2 outs.
Capuano hit it right on the button, but with the outfield playing in, an easy time for Martin to come in and get it. And Tim Wallach not taking any chances this time. Everybody had to hold.
But now a tough customer in Shane Victorino.
Well, you still got a base open. You got a right-hander on deck, so still can try to get Victorino to chase some pitches, try and get him to get himself out.
Getting ahead of him quickly, which surprises me a little bit. I wasn't sure that they would give him anything to hit here. A little bit of concern here. Going back to Kemp last inning, hard hit ball, Chipper made a good play. Then a walk, then a double, then a single, then a single. Trainer got jammed, but the pitcher hit a line drive. got to keep an eye on Tommy's command here and where he's putting pitches. With his first start back from the DL, and he's at 77 pitches.
Oh, and 2.
I understand the idea there because remember he struck out swinging at a high fastball in the first inning. Just elevated that one too much.
After a couple breaking balls, that's a good pitch to go to elevate that fastball. So now you can kind of go back to the breaking ball, go back to that fastball above his hands.
Above his hands, and the inning is over. Blimpie will welcome you back to Turner Field, where the Braves and Dodgers have a good battle working. It's 1-0 in the bottom of this 5th inning. A Chipper Jones homer, the only run scored so far, and Tommy Hansen's pitched out of some trouble the last 2 innings with some good defensive work and a big strikeout a moment ago of Shane Victorino.
He's gotten some help from his friends and got a big strikeout himself last inning, so he's wiggled out of it a little bit, but that's part of the game. You got to do that sometimes too. So hopefully you guys can bounce back after a big inning right there defensively and get him a little cushion.
So let's see if David Ross can start the 5th in good stead for the Braves. Chris Capuano has struck out 6. And David jumps at the first pitch and drives it to right. And that's playable for Ethier, and he's got it for out number 1. Hope you'll make plans to join us here tomorrow night for the Delta Civil Rights game between the Braves and Dodgers. Arrive early to see a special follow-up presentation of the Beacon Awards presented by Belk and supported by Kia. Visit Braves.com/civil rights or call 800-745-3000 for tickets.
We'll have some guests tomorrow night too during the game, and among them one of the honorees, Don Newcomb, is scheduled to join us. And what a fine gentleman he is, and a longtime member of the Dodger family. He's on those great teams in Brooklyn with the likes of Jackie Robinson and Roy Campanella and Jim Gilliam.
In the air, shallow right. Ethier coming on and gets there. Nice running catch. And that takes care of Giannis. That's the second out. And here's Tommy Hansen.
Now, if I'm Tommy with 2 out, nobody on here, he just had a pretty stressful top of the 5th inning. I think I might want to just stand there for a little bit.
Well, I'm standing there until I have 2 strikes at least.
Yeah. Ross swung at the first pitch, and I think Giannis at the second. the third.
He did take strike one.
Take another.
Sometimes they listen up here, Tom. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, well, kind of sounds like my kids.
What's been nice, though, is that Chipper's really been listening to us lately.
Yes, he has.
And he has again tonight. His run's the only one that's scored so far tonight. It's 1-0 Braves. Brought to you in part by McDonald's, by the Georgia Lottery, by AT&T Uverse, and by Ram Trucks. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Game 1 of our series between the Braves and Dodgers. Here's our Jamison in upcoming schedule.
Ben Sheets goes for his 5th win tomorrow against Aaron Harang, the guy the Braves are very familiar with from his time in Cincinnati and San Diego, and now with LA. And then Mike Minor and Chad Billingsley on Sunday in the finale of the homestand and of the series. Peachtree tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, outside the Atlanta area on Fox Sports South, and then Fox Sports South on Sunday.
Tommy taking his sweet time as he takes a little walk behind the mound. Very quick offensive inning for the Braves a moment ago after he labored a bit in the 5th inning. And fellas, this may be the biggest inning of the game for the Braves, especially with a 1-0 advantage. You've got the 2, 3, 4 hitters up for the Dodgers. They're coming through against Hansen for a 3rd time now.
Got a pretty good breaking ball tonight. He's used it a lot early in the count, which is good.
Tell you something else, guys, that I think is really encouraging about Tommy's performance to this point. He had a 3-1 record in July, but a very high ERA and a winning record because the Braves scored a ton of runs for him. The Braves scored 41 runs for him in his 6 starts. As that one gets under Chipper's glove and down the left field line, he's mad he didn't glove it. And Ellis in at second. That's ruled a double. But the point being for Hansen, he's nursing a 1-0 lead, which is now in jeopardy with a runner at second and nobody out.
Well, he had first and second, nobody out last inning, and was able to get out of it, but he's in the heart of the order now, and that makes it tougher, and that's another reason why Chipper was mad at himself for not catching that.
So Matt Kemp 0 for 2.
Actually, kind of the back of his glove a little bit.
He got his feet tangled up a little, like he took a little bit. He was a little bit closer to the ball, I think, than he anticipated being. And
yeah,
kind of got him tangled up a little bit.
Liner into left. And Martin makes the catch. There's out number 1.
Did you see that ball sink?
Yes.
He had so much top spin on that line drive. Martin played it perfectly because it took off like it might even go over his head and then just started nosediving, and he was right there. That was hit very hard.
There's the first out. Ethier walked in the 4th inning and was thrown out at the plate trying to score on Hanley Ramirez's double. He unloads deep right. Hayward going back, and the Dodgers lead.
Hanger.
Yeah, he's seen a steady dose of breaking balls all night long. Went up there looking for one on that at bat and got a hanger and didn't miss it.
No doubter.
So the Dodgers lead by a run now, and here is Hanley Ramirez.
Andre Ethier to a lesser extent than Loney, but he's been off in power too. Last 3 years, 20 homers, then 31 and 23, and that was number 12. So not as many for him either, but that was smacked.
So that ends a very impressive scoreless streak by the Braves pitching staff. Now an even count to the Dodgers shortstop, Hanley Ramirez.
I mean, I don't typically like to say anything or lay blame on anybody for stuff, but I'm pretty sure Chan just wrote that down right before the home run.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
I didn't think you were. Pretty much dropped the hammer right there.
He's got to start another streak now, I guess.
One hopper to short. 2 outs. Braves will have the top of their order coming up in the bottom of this 6th inning. 90 pitches for Hansen, and James Loney's the Dodger hitter.
Going back to my comment last inning, though, guys, that's 12. The last 12 batters, only 2 really haven't had good swings. And that was Trainer and Victorino. Everybody else has been on it.
Ground ball to second. And that will retire the side. Andre Ethier hit a tape measure home run in this 6th inning. And that turns the game around for the Dodgers. 2-1 your score. TNT versus trivia question. Over the last 25 years, Clayton Kershaw, the gentleman on the right-hand side of your screen, is one of only 2 Dodgers lefties to win 15 games or more in a season. Can you name the other Dodger to do that?
I got to stick with Fernando. I know he Rookie of the Year. I just don't know if it fell within the window.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I think that's a great pick.
I'm going to go John Tudor. Have to wait for the answer as Michael Bourne gets ready to work for the Braves in the 6th. He's 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Dodgers in at the corners. And the answer to trivia tonight is
O'Daly.
I stay here all weekend. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Former Bravo.
That's off Capuano. Foot race. And Capuano can't come up cleanly. Tying run aboard to start the 6th.
You know what, Tommy, in a way, it's kind of like the play to Chipper. That Chipper kind of, we'll say, overran it. He didn't really, but he had more time than he thought. I think he misread that comebacker. He kind of panicked, and the ball hit him in the leg, and he thought it was going to be a lot harder than that.
Yeah, I think that happens to pitchers a lot. You go after a ball thinking it's a fastball, so to speak, and it ends up being a changeup, and you kind of get yourself all handcuffed and you overplay it. And I think you're right. I think in that case he overplayed it, and he had it. He got there in time to make the throw. He just couldn't gather himself to make that flip.
Martin Prado's the batter. He's 0 for 2. And a bunt drive fouled at the plate. Strike 1.
Hard to tell if that was to sacrifice or if he was trying to get on board, because he was moving out of the box. Jason has taken 2 called third strikes so far tonight. I just wonder if they might hit and run.
He's got a huge hole right side with Loney holding Bourne at first. Took a shot that way, but is behind 0-2. However, One great thing about Martin Prado's game is his ability to hit with 2 strikes. Martin has 65 2-strike hits. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Left center field. And Victorino, as Joe and Tom mentioned, part of a Dodger outfield that covers a ton of ground. If Juan Rivera's out there, I'm not sure they make that play. 1 out.
Well, he even had to change directions, Chip. He made a great adjustment on that ball. I don't know if he misjudged it off the bat or there's a little bit of wind blowing in from left field if he had to change because of that. He was going back, and then right here, a little bit to his right to get to it.
Yeah, that was first hit out there. I thought it was in the gap. I forgot Victorino was in left field. He closed on that in a hurry.
Jason Hayward up with 1 out. Bourne still at first. And upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Capuano's had great command tonight. 64 pitches, only 14 balls. Broken bat. Popped into shallow right. Ellis going out, and the second baseman makes a terrific catch.
The bat into that bat sailed into the crowd, but fortunately missed everyone. Nice play by Ellis.
Chipper's homered. He's flied to center. To third, and Cruz will throw across the diamond. Low throw, but Loney scoops it up. And the Braves unable to cash in a leadoff hit by Michael Bourne. We head to the 7th. Los Angeles up a run. by Crown Royal, by Checkers, by Toyota, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. 7th inning now on a breezy, warm night in Atlanta. The Dodgers lead the Braves 2-1. Home runs have accounted for the offense tonight. Chipper gave the Braves a 1-0 lead in the second. A solo home run off Chris Capuano. And an inning ago, Andre Ethier hit a towering 2-run homer to right. And that's given Los Angeles a 1-run advantage. Here's Luis Cruz, the Dodger third baseman. He's walked and he has singled, and he's now down a strike. And this ball headed down the left field line and for the corner. That's a fair ball. Another leadoff man on for the Dodgers. That's 3 innings in a row.
It's another good swing from this kid from Navajoa. Not a bad breaking ball, and he stayed right with it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pitch.
Playing misty for him as Matt goes to the plate.
He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to short. Giannis took a look at third, but takes the sure play with the pitcher up. And Chris Capuano now, not a bad choice. Runner at third and 1 out.
I want to see if Cruz kind of took a throwing lane away from Paul Giannis too. Watch the runner when he breaks for third, kind of veered a little bit out away from the baseline to try to get in the way if there was going to be a throw to third base, to make it hard for Paul to get it around him.
Kind of play you would expect from a man who plays at times in the middle infield,
right,
while running the bases.
Well, the report I got on him, the scouting report I got on him, was that he knows how to play the game right, and has a lot of experience playing in the Mexican League too. So he's well versed on good base running, good defense, and he's swinging the bat pretty well.
Infield in for Chris Capuano, who's now down 0-2. He'll have a seat. That's the second out. 5th strikeout for Tommy Hanson. And back to the top of the order for Shane Victorino, who's had a rough night.
.98 pitches for Tommy. 2 away from that number that we were told about before the game.
One ball, no strikes. And David Ross out to talk about it. Chad Durbin begins to loosen in the Braves bullpen. The Braves will have the middle of their order coming up. Freeman, Ugla, and then David Ross in the bottom of this 7th inning.
Braves electing to stay with a right-hander against him too. Victorino for the year hitting .243 left-handed and .322 right-handed.
That's down the left field line. Martin Prado over his head and in the corner. Victorino around second will stop there. And the Dodgers cash in bookend doubles in the 7th inning and take a 3-1 lead. And that appears to be the last pitch of the night for Tommy Hanson, who is right at 100 according to the big board at the ballpark. Big hit for Shane Victorino. 3-1 Los Angeles. Score. Here's how it happened just a moment ago.
Let's take a look at the pitch first. Fastball had a lot of the plate, and Martin was very shallow for Victorino, and he just got burned.
Kind of looked like a little bit of the opposite of the fly ball that Victorino caught an inning ago, where he started going too deep and had to come in. Looked like Martin kind of came in a little bit and then realized the ball was hit harder than he thought and wasn't able to get back on it. But
so Victorino's at second base. Chad Durbin answers the AT&T call to the bullpen, and he'll face Mark Ellis, the Dodgers second baseman, who also has a double and a run scored tonight.
Chad's been very good in this situation. Inherited runners, 32 of them, 6 have scored.
Anthony, he's a strike. And now quickly 0-2.
Wide, I guess. It's not where he caught it, it's where it crossed the plate.
Victorino's going to try to steal third, and Ross's throw is right on the money.
Thank you.
That ends the inning. The Dodgers, though, add a third run. And as we head to the 7th inning stretch, it's a 3-1 Los Angeles lead. Leading 3-1 in the bottom of our 7th inning.
Yeah, another LA cap crept in there. Andre Ethier's 2-run homer in the 6th inning. And then a couple of doubles in the 7th have given the Dodgers a 3-1 lead. Braves have got to figure out a way to come back. Nobody holding Victorino, but this is flat out dumb base running and contributes to the Home Depot tools from the dugout. Don't really need a lot of tools if somebody does something that dumb on the base paths. He's a better base runner than that, I thought.
So let's see if the Braves can get a rally going with Freddie Freeman. Capuano's been tough. Only 1 run on 3 hits in the game. Chris has walked but 1 batter and has struck out 7 more Braves tonight. Out of play, left side.
Freddie's been a little in between tonight. He's trying real hard to stay on the ball with Capuano and trying to hit him the other way, taking the other way, but he's had some pitches to turn on. And that's not been his plan tonight.
Freeman struck out swinging twice.
Good count here to look for something to turn on.
Freeman, then Ugla, then David Ross.
Got 9 million pieces of information on the scoreboard, but no count. So I couldn't remember if it was 3-1 or 3-2. Now it's 3-2. You can find the count in there. Call me.
High fly to center. But Matt Kemp will make the play. That's the first out of the inning.
Just missed it.
Dan's 0 for 2. He as well has struck out twice. He's closing in on a milestone, fellas. He's only 4 hits away from 1,000. All the well-deserved hoopla around Chipper Jones and his 2,700 hits. 1,000's a real nice round number. Let's see if he can edge closer with a hit here in the 7th. Another fly ball. This one shallow right. Ethier comes in and has that. 2 down. David Ross is 0 for 2. 2 flyouts to Andre Ethier tonight.
Capuano doing his thing to the Braves again, though. Won 3 straight against him, and tonight he's allowed only 3 hits.
Yeah, like I said, there's either something about his game plan that fits really well against the Braves, or something about his confidence when he's pitching against these guys that his pitches are more effective. His location is better. He's able to execute them. Something's clicking when he's seeing that tomahawk against him.
I think his fastball tonight has been more effective than anything else, Tom, and maybe because, like I said about Freeman, the same thing with Ugla. he kind of got jammed on that pop up to right. It's almost like they're trying to stay on him so long that they're jamming themselves. And he's using that pitch right there very effectively all night.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got them thinking off speed enough that when he really thinks they're thinking off speed, he's kind of pitching them backwards in that regard. That's when he's throwing his fastball, and they're jamming themselves or they're late on it.
And quickly, 2 strikes for David Ross. Popped up over by the Braves dugout and seats.
And here in the 7th inning, that was his best fastball tonight, 92. So he's had a little something saved up.
The Dodgers started play tonight a half game ahead of the Giants in the West, with San Francisco and Los Angeles so close. You have to pay attention to both of these clubs with regards to the wild card race as well. The Giants begin play tonight 1 game behind Pittsburgh for the 2nd wild card and 5 behind the Braves. That's why this series is so important from Atlanta's perspective. You can put a real crimp in the Dodgers' postseason hopes with a good showing at Turner Field. And the Pirates are fading a bit. Pittsburgh is now 6 behind the Reds in the Central. They've lost 7 of their last 10 games, and Neil Walker, their fine second baseman's hurt.
I heard it said tonight that they may not have enough starting pitching down the stretch to hold on. Pirates. That if they could pitch A.J. Burnett about every 2 or 3 days, they'd be all right.
1-2 for David Ross. Bases empty. And now 2-2.
I think of all those teams, though, I think there's something that could be said for each one of them that they're lacking, other than probably the Braves right now. I mean, I think the Braves are in as good a shape as anybody in terms of everybody being healthy. Their guys are playing well. Their bullpen's rested, unlike a year ago. Seems to me they're in as good a spot as anybody when you start trying to break down every aspect of the game and every aspect of their team.
Wandy Rodriguez, since he joined the Pirates, 0-3 with a 5+ ERA. He hasn't helped. Good at bat, fighting off that fastball. David fought another one off that was up, out of the zone, but he stayed alive. That was another one at 92.
This will be his 8th pitch.
He's going to throw him 1 too many fastballs.
David. Yanis would be next. David Ross will see a 10th pitch in this 7th inning at bat.
Just wanting Capuano to leave that fastball out over the plate a little bit.
And David swings and misses a breaking ball, and Capuano Works a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning. He's been awfully impressive, and he leads 3-1 in game 1. For the Braves, and he'll face Ellis, Kemp, and Ethier. Remember, Ellis was the man in the batter's box when Shane Victorino tried to steal third base in the Dodgers' 7th. Los Angeles having a very good run on the road. Leads tonight by a 3-1 score.
Yeah, 12-5 since the All-Star break on the road, and averaging close to 6 runs a game over that stretch.
A lot of new faces on this ball club. Shane Victorino is one of them. Andy Ramirez another. Joe Blanton. They're almost, I shouldn't say almost, but there potentially was another Philly that could have been on this Dodger team. Remember, rumor had it that when Cliff Lee was passed through waivers, the Dodgers put a claim on him. The Phillies obviously have held on to that veteran left-handed pitcher.
Victorino and Ramirez have both been a big help to their lineup, but the pitchers they've acquired have not. Randy Choate, who came from Florida with Ramirez, has been in 11 games and has a 5 ERA. Brandon League, who came from the Mariners, a 12.27 ERA.
Jason Hayward gives ground in right and handles Ellis's fly ball, 1 away.
And Joe Blanton, since he came from the Phillies, 0-2 with an 8 ERA.
Here's Kemp. Kemp is fly to right, grounded to third, and has lined out to left.
Up until last year, there were a lot of people that wondered if Matt Kemp would ever really apply himself and reach his full potential. They weren't sure how much he enjoyed playing, how much he wanted to play, and last year he showed everyone, and in my opinion should have won the MVP.
He fell 1 home run shy of becoming the 5th 40-40 player in baseball history. Think about that. 40-40.
And his numbers are off a little this year, quite a bit from last year in the MVP type numbers because of his hamstring injury.
Yeah, he had a little motivation going into last season and showed some people what he's capable of doing.
He won the 2011 Hank Aaron Award, given to the best offensive performer in each league. Won a Gold Glove, won his 2nd Silver Slugger, and finished 13 1,000th of a point behind Ryan Braun, and that's what separated him from the Triple Crown. Pretty amazing year Matt Kemp, the Dodger media guide, says it might have been one of the greatest single seasons in Dodger franchise history. Think about the history of this organization. That's saying something.
Stole a bunch of bases too, didn't he? Well, you said 40-40.
Yep. I'll get you the exact number of steals as Giannis handles a funny hop and makes the throw to first in time. He was right on 40 out of 51.
He's got a great first base coach now in Davey Lopes. It'll help him improve on those numbers and the stolen base percentages too. But you know, think about Giancarlo Stanton for the Marlins. They're built a lot alike, both strong right-handed hitters. The advantage that Kemp has, he's got a couple of years experience on him, but I can see Stanton growing into that type player too.
The only question, I guess, for Stanton is, will his knees hold up? Had knee surgery this year for the Marlins. As one of the Dodger villains is Andre Ethier, a 2-run homer in the 6th inning, turned around a 1-0 Braves lead. Dodgers have done a pretty good job of building this club through the draft. That's not the case with Ethier. He was an acquisition from Oakland. And he hits a fly ball down the left field line. Martin is there in fair ground and makes the catch to retire the side. Perfect inning for Chad Durbin. It's late in Atlanta. The Braves are down 2. Braves in order. And in the Atlanta 8th, they'll have Paul Giannis. Reed Johnson will apparently pinch hit for Chad Durbin, and then Michael Bourne, the Braves leadoff man. Giannis has one of the 3 Braves hits. Michael Bourne has an infield single. Chipper Jones has a homer on the first pitch of the 2nd inning. That's been it offensively, as Capuano's had the Atlanta offense in lockdown tonight. Bad idea, but Paul fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down the right field line, Ethier can't get there. And Giannis with a big 2-strike leadoff hit in the 8th.
Think he got fooled again?
Slightly, but that's just a pretty good piece of hitting. I mean, that was a good pitch, down and away, 2 strikes, just try to fight it off, and something good happened for him.
Ray Johnson, the batter. More pinch hits than anybody else in baseball this year. And a .438 batting average in a pinch for the Cubs and the Braves. Very short lead at first for Giannis. And a late swing by Johnson. Strike 1.
To make room for Tommy Hanson on the roster today, Braves had to send somebody out, remove a player from the roster, and that turned out to be right-handed reliever Corey Guerin. I asked Frank Wren about that, about the decision to pick somebody out of the bullpen versus a position player, and he said they were very limited on what position players they might be able to send out because of option problems. So it was Guerin.
No balls and a strike. Line drive into right field. That's going to get down. The tying runs are aboard for the Braves in the 8th inning, and now we head to the top of the order. 15th pinch hit for Reed Johnson this year.
It's tops in baseball. And he did a nice job going with the pitch.
Yeah, same thing. And you got to get that ball a little bit lower. You got to start throwing some balls inside to keep these guys honest and keep them up that pitch.
Dodgers have Ronald Belisario loosening up in their pen as Rick Honeycutt heads to the mound, the pitching coach.
The whole Dodger infield in on the meeting. And that'll be broken up with the Braves in business, down 3-1. Right, nobody out.
You want to make sure everybody knows what you're trying to do on this bunt play right here. With, you've got a host of plays that you can try and make in this situation, but with a speedy guy like Michael Bourne up there, you can't just fall into the trap of a sacrifice bunt. He might lay one down for a base hit, so you better make sure everybody on the infield knows exactly what it is that you're trying to do. In worst case scenario, try to get that out and let the runners move up.
They're in at the corners. And Michael the bunt. Capuano's got to hurry. And he got him by a step. Beautiful bunt for Bourne. The tying runs in scoring position with one out now, and Martin Prado the hitter.
When I saw Cruz running back to third, I thought, well, they've got to play on where they wanted Capuano to try to get the lead runner. And Cruz looked at him kind of threw his head in the air like, oh, we had a play. I'm not sure that Chris was willing to do that. He wanted the sure out.
And that ends the night for the veteran left-hander Chris Capuano. He leads 3-1, but the Braves have runners at second and third and one out. We'll take a look at big right-hander Ronald Belisario.
Having a very good year, and it's a bounce back year after he was suspended last year for violating Major League Baseball's joint drug prevention program. Great big guy, 6'3", 245 out of Venezuela. And what town?
Maracay.
You got it. And he'll be facing the Braves' Maracay mauler, Martin Prado.
Belisario chews up righties. Martin's been big in this spot all year. And the tower is buzzed. 1 ball, no strikes.
Plenty of time to get out of the way of that one. Easy for me to say, right?
Yeah.
As good as this guy has been, the Braves have given Belisario fits. 5 career games. He's given up 5 earned runs in 6 innings. Two on, 1 out in the 8th. Bouncing ball up the middle. Ellis at second will throw on the run. The Braves score their 2nd run as Giannis comes in. 52nd RBI for Prado. Ray Johnson's at 3rd with 2 outs. It's now a 3-2 game.
As we've said so many times, it's a lot easier to catch up and manufacture a run if you have to late in the ball game when you're only down 1. So that's a big run to get in. I know Martin wanted to get them both in, but he gets 1 in, and Reed at 3rd base got to be heads up with this guy. Who knows where he might throw one to Jason.
That's off the plate. They've stayed away from Jason all night tonight. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
This guy's fastball sits between 93 and 96. Also has a slider, but mostly fastballs.
Yeah, you can pretty much sit fastball on this guy.
The 1-1 pitch.
Saw Matt Trainer smooth all the dirt out in front of him right behind home plate. I don't know if that means a slider's coming and he needs to block it or not. Nope, another heater.
Chipper waits on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Fly drive, base hit, and we are tied.
Check this out. Fastball went the other way with this one, and Jason's reaction going down the line. Yeah, baby. Tie game. Big league at bat right there.
Very good at that.
Even though you know it's coming, that's still a tough pitch to hit. 95 on the outside corner. A good piece of hitting.
Now steal second.
Trainer's thrown out just 3 of 15 would-be base stealers for the Dodgers. Washington has 1 tonight. The Braves off the deck in the 8th to tie it 3-3. Fouled at the plate. Strike 1. All of Capuano's hard work for naught tonight. No decision. This game in the hands of the bullpens now. And Belisario can't come to an agreement with Trainer.
If Jason does go and he's successful, they'll probably pitch around Chipper and work to Freeman. But that's okay. I know Chipper's hot right now, and you hate to take the bat out of his hands, but you'd also put the go-ahead run in scoring position if Jason's successful.
Freddie's been so good with 2 outs as well for Atlanta.
Here's something else. The Braves, second in the major leagues in 2-out runs scored, and the Dodgers are first in that they allow the fewest 2-out runs.
Well, a big one tonight ties the game for Jason Hayward. He has a big lead at first. And Chipper takes down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just past 10 o'clock in the East. Great ball game. Great way to start this weekend with the Braves and Dodgers. 3-3's our score. Chipper homered on his first pitch of the night. 3 homers in the last 2 games for Atlanta. Hayward's running. Good jump. And Chipper a roller to first. That is a fair ball. And that retires the side. The Braves pick up 2 runs on 3 hits in the 8th inning. Jason Hayward with 2 strikes chases home Reed Johnson. We go to the 9th. 3-3 your score. But he's playing like he's a 10-year veteran right now. Offensively, defensively, running the bases, and a big 2-strike hit for Jason Hayward ties this game after 8.
If you're going to be a 3-hole hitter in this game at this level, you got to be a guy that everybody can count on to be a clutch hitter too. And that's one of the things, I mean, that he's fired up about right there, is that he came through 2 down to tie the game up, with a big hit against a tough guy. That's taken a big step forward.
Well, speaking of tough guys, Craig Kimbrell answers the AT&T call to the bullpen as we head to the top of the 9th inning with a 3-3 game. Hanley Ramirez, the first Dodger to face him. And strike one to the Dodger shortstop. This, of course, not a save situation for Kimbrell, and he hasn't had one since August the 3rd.
But understand the strategy here. There is, in a tie game in the ninth, there's not going to be a save situation. So you bring him in here, let him work the inning in the ninth, and hope to win it in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, tie game at home, this essentially becomes your save situation.
Yep.
You want to get to your bottom half of the inning with a chance to win the game, and do it from a tied score position, not have to come back.
Yep, save the tie, not the game. And 2 strikes quickly for Hanley Ramirez. He's 1 for 3 tonight. And at the knees, have a seat, Hanley, 1 down. 100. I don't know if there's a man alive that could have hit that pitch.
He thought it was low. Brian Knight did not. Might have been, but too close to take. If you heard it go by.
It sounded like a strike.
Here's James Loney. He's 1 for 3. Dodgers started play tonight a half game ahead of the Giants. The Los Angeles club, after this one, will wait and watch what San Diego and San Francisco do tonight at Petco Park. And at the knees, even count. Now it's Loney's turn to grumble.
Well, it's obvious that Craig is well rested and feels good. 100 on the strikeout pitch, 98 and 97 on the next 2 pitches to Loney.
Ground ball to second. Loney fires the bat toward the on-deck circle and almost picked off Luis Cruz.
Wow.
Loney's so angry at that at bat, he fired the bat. It actually hit the screen by the on-deck circle. And the fans on that side of the diamond let Loney hear about it as he heads back to the dugout.
I think Don Mattingly's going to let him know about it too.
Yeah, he called him over and told him right away that that bat almost went in the stands. That's very un-Loney-like too.
So 2 are out for Luis Cruz. Very impressive debut for the Dodger third baseman against Atlanta this year. In tonight's play, he's walked, he's singled, he's doubled, and he's scored the 3rd and final Los Angeles run. No swing, 2 balls, no strikes.
There you go. Just back off a little. Get it over. 96.
Take a little off.
And he loses Cruz. His perfect night at the plate continues. And now Matt Trainer bats with a man aboard and 2 outs. It's only Craig's 12th walk this season against 78 strikeouts. And strike 1 to Trainer.
It was on a 3-1 slider too.
Pop fly foul. 1 more strike to get. And then the bottom of the 9th. Inning over. 98 and exploding away from Matt Trainer. Bottom of the 9th inning. Freddie Freeman, Dan Uggla, David Ross in a 3-3 game.
Gentleman and a professional. I think this will tell you something about his character. He went over to the screen and apologized to the fans over there for firing his bat in that direction. Well done.
So the bottom of the 9th. And Freddie Freeman leads things off. Belisario still out there for the Dodgers. And he pumps a fastball right down central for a called strike. Run around 0-2.
Behind in the count. Just hit the ball hard somewhere and try to find some grass.
Not this time. 3 pitches, retires Freddie Freeman. A 3 strikeout game for the Braves first baseman.
I don't know what that pitch is, but I'm not sure why he didn't throw it to Jason Hayward after throwing him 6 straight fastballs.
Well, you might recall Dan Uggla during the Civil Rights Weekend last year had a dramatic home run against Roy Halladay. Could he do the same in the 9th inning tonight and send the Braves home in the bottom of this 9th inning?
He tried on that swing.
He just moved Cruz real close to the line. Now they have him another step off the line.
Ethier very deep in right. Kemp deep in center. Normal depth for Victorino in left. Two outs.
That pitch is just taking a nosedive.
I don't know what that is. Some kind of changeup or a backup slider.
An almost handcuffed trainer.
Maybe a split. I don't know. But you're right. It's nasty, whatever it is.
Base is empty for David Ross. Got the start tonight against Chris Capuano, the Dodgers starter. David looking for his first hit.
Can look for a pitch in a small spot. Cut it loose here. Catch up to that fastball.
Now 2-2.
It's kind of like Hayward made this guy mad.
Ross held up and forces a full count pitch.
Put up a good fight with Capuano last time. It took 10 or 11 pitches for Chris to put him away.
After that long battle, the next inning, first 2 guys came out and got base hits to get that inning started.
What an at bat. Winning run aboard for Atlanta with 2 outs in the ninth.
And you know he does have a stolen base.
I heard about that. Yeah.
A 2-hit game for Giannis. He scored the second Atlanta run tonight. Chipper homered in the second. The Braves with 2 in the 8th. Kinski's grabbed the bat and would hit next. Nothing in 2. Nice stop.
Good reactions by Trainer. I just don't see them going to something off speed again on Giannis.
A swing and a miss sends this game into extra innings. 3-3's our score. Great game at Turner Field. Worked a very impressive ninth with a couple of strikeouts. And another AT&T call to the bullpen for Freddie Gonzalez. This one answered by left-hander Eric O'Flaherty.
48th game for Eric. His ERA excellent at 2.38. It's actually microscopic after his first 5 or 6 appearances of the year where he struggled to get going for the season. But he'll come on and face a pinch hitter for the pitcher and then the top of the order. Keep in mind as you go into extra innings here with us that the Braves have one less arm in the bullpen tonight after Corey Guerin was sent out to make room for Hanson's start.
Elian Herrera is the man that'll pinch hit for Belisario. And Eric misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Second stint in the big leagues for Herrera. He was recalled from Albuquerque, their Dodgers AAA club, on Monday. That's foul past third. And a count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That game in Washington, Chip, started for the Mets by Johan Santana. Remember that short outing he had against the Braves his last time out, where they really beat him up. And tonight, I think he's the guy that gave up the slam to Morse. I don't know how many of the 6 runs were charged to him, but another loss.
Didn't he have a long run of allowing 5 or 6 runs in a row last time we saw him?
Yeah, he did.
And if so, that continued tonight. Ground ball to second. Ugla hardly had to move. Herrera gets down the line in good shape, and the ball dropped at first. That hurts. E3.
Watch close, folks, because you may never see this again. That hit right in the pocket and then just squeezed out. Worked its way right up the glove.
So now the top of the Dodger order goes to work. It's Shane Victorino. And the bunt. And O'Flaherty with a bare hand makes the play. Sacrifice works. Herrera at second. 1 out for Ellis. And David Ross and O'Flaherty discuss strategy here. And yeah, Joe, Johan Santana did have a streak going. It's 6. Make that 5 straight starts of 6 or more runs. The first major league pitcher to do that since Mike Hampton had a run of misery from 2001 to 2002. Ellis takes a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
He even showed bunt there.
Line to second. And good base running by Herrera. He's back safely. 2 out.
Right at him. And that's fortunate because now it gives the Braves a chance to pitch around Matt Kemp. And then pitch to Ethier with a left-handed pitcher.
And that's exactly what they'll do.
This will be the 30th walk drawn by Kemp this year and the 8th that was intentional.
So it is Ethier versus Eric. And Ethier's had a big night tonight. A towering 2-run homer in the 6th.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Almost like he was crowding the plate, hoping to get something to turn on.
Very effective, though, for the Dodgers with 2 outs and runners at second and third base.
He's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts against O'Flaherty in his career. He will be ready to swing early in the count. Doesn't want to have to hit behind in the count against O'Flaherty. Good pitch.
Strike 1.
90 on the outside corner.
Chipper at third. Bobbles for a moment. Throws to first and got his man by a quarter step. The Dodgers strand a pair in the top of the 10th. 3-3 your score. Out of the 10th inning. Belisario's out of the game for the Dodgers. And it's left-hander Randy Choate on to pitch against the 9, 1, and 2 spots on the Braves lineup card.
Braves have seen him recently when he was with Miami, and he's tough on lefties. His numbers for LA not very good, but overall for the season very good. Side armor, sinker slider guy. Tough to pick up if you're left-handed.
The right-handed bat Tyler Pastornicki will start things off for the Braves. He'll pinch hit for Eric O'Flaherty. Good work for Tyler in a pinch. Let's see if he can start things off against Randy Choate. Outside corner, strike 1. Tyler didn't think so.
One thing's for sure, Brian Knight's calling that low strike. Both sides.
Yeah, he didn't make too many friends in the last couple innings with that call.
Pastornicki is down on strikes. The last 4 outs recorded by the Dodgers have been via the strikeout.
a little off, a little slow breaking ball there, slow slider.
Little frisbee slider. Seems like you can't wait long enough for that thing to get up there.
Michael has an infield hit and a walk tonight. He also laid down a sacrifice. Cruz way in at third. Loney back at first, guarding the line. And ball 2 outside. Line drive into right field. Winning run on for the Braves with 1 out.
And that winning run is a fast winning run. Like a fastball. They just push that right on up into the zone a little bit.
Try to go down and away and kind of push it middle in.
Martin drove home the second Braves run with an 8th inning ground out. He's hit lefties very well all year. And with that in mind, Don Mattingly is going to go get Randy Choate, it appears.
And Brandon Lee warming up.
Winning run at first in the form of Michael Bourne. 3-3's our score. The 10th inning continues after this. Of the 10th inning, and they'll take a long look at a former Seattle Mariner now pitching for the Dodgers, and that's right-hander Brandon Lee.
This guy had 37 saves last year for Seattle at a 2.79 ERA, but he's not having that good a year this year, and the Dodgers able to acquire him, and since he became a Dodger, ugly numbers. A 4.12 average against him. Let's help account for that 12 ERA.
Martin Prado, the hitter.
One thing about it, yes, you bring in a right-hander, play the odds here. They bring in a right-hander in to pitch to Martin, but it also gives Michael Bourne an opportunity to get a better jump. Choate might have had a better opportunity to hold him close if he was going to steal. Good pitch to run on right here after he throws over and throws it in the dirt. Reluctant to throw another one. Get a good lead and go.
Short lead for Bourne, now a full step larger. He's going. Good jump. Pitch low. Throw to second is going to be late, and it's into center field. Bourne on his way to third with one out.
You can almost read the mind of Brandon League. When you throw over and throw one in the dirt or almost throw one away, I used to think you can get the best jumps in the world because the guy didn't want to throw another one over there. And Michael got a great jump.
Now the Dodger infield has to come in. A 2-0 count with one out.
Outfield has to come in too.
And Hanley Ramirez gesturing at shortstop. Was pointing out toward right field. I guess at Andre Ethier asking him to come in a few steps with Prado up there.
Yeah, Davey Lopes works with their outfielders. He was trying to get everybody to move in.
Yeah, take away the bloop, especially to the opposite field anyway.
Three balls, no strikes.
Braves have been so good at this all year long and so much improved over last year.
Great thing about Prado, as we said earlier, he is not afraid to work the count and get to 2 strikes if that's what it takes. He's way ahead here, 3-1.
Good cut. You saw that motion from Davey Lopes. That was a sign to the infielders. Get in on the grass because he may be going on contact, talking about Michael Bourne and how fast he is, and you don't have time to throw to the plate and get him out unless you're right on the grass.
A 3-2 pitch. And Prado is down on strikes.
Split finger pitch. And he didn't have to throw a strike, didn't matter. That run means nothing if he walks him.
Good comeback by League right there. A couple nasty pitches, get back in the count, and good one to finish it off.
Now the infield with 2 outs can back up to normal depth. Bourne at third, 2 outs for Hayward, who tied the game in the 8th. Ooh, good stop. 1 ball, no strikes.
Last 5 outs recorded by the Dodgers have been strikeouts. Nothing wrong with tying it in the 8th and winning it in the 10th. Oh boy.
Jason didn't like that call.
I don't blame him. He's had some calls out there made on him tonight for strikeouts, but I don't think that pitch ever had the plate. Nice job by Trainer to make it look good.
Chippers on deck. And a 3-1 count.
I don't think Jason needs to even think about the middle of the plate in, because they don't care if they're going to walk him. If he's going to count now, or if they do throw something middle of the plate in, so what? middle of the plate away, look away, drive it away. He's good at that.
Ball 4, and Chipper will hit with 2 outs and runners at the corners.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Well, defensively, you don't have to hold the runner at first. And that's what Loney has just come in to tell League, is that I'm going to be playing behind the runner, so don't even look over there. And with Chipper up there, that's the smart play. Try to take away the hole. They don't care if Jason runs or not.
No. He drove in the first run of the game. Perhaps he can drive in the winning run in the 10th. Strike 1 to Chipper Jones. Everybody on their feet at Turner Field. Hayward's running. And he's at second with 2 outs. Defensive indifference. No steal for Hayward.
Be alive if you're Michael Bourne here, because I don't know how many times Trainer has caught Brandon League since he came over to this team, but they just made a sign, you know, there's a runner at second, so we're going to go through the sequence. There's a good chance, possibility of a cross up here and a ball to the screen. Michael's got to be ready for that.
The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball left center field, but Kemp is going to catch it. League survives the 10th. The Braves had Bourne at third base with 1 out in the 10th inning and couldn't push across the winning run. The Dodgers will have Ramirez, Loney, and Cruz coming up. And the Braves will employ their 4th reliever of the night. It's left-hander Johnny Venters.
His 49th game of the year. Last pitched on the 14th against San Diego. 2/3 of an inning, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So he's had some rest too. The Braves bullpen has not been overworked lately because of the great work by the starting pitchers. Golden opportunity there in the 10th.
So we start over in the 11th. Ramirez 1 for 4 tonight. One ball, 2 strikes.
Get after this leadoff guy, keep him off the bases. Hanley's trying to get some extension. He's trying to get on that fastball and get it out front.
And now a full count. David Ross not sure of the count.
I think he was going out just to make sure with Johnny. And now Ross and Ramirez are.
Yeah, there's something
John,
going on between them.
Ramirez and A.J. Burnett got into it yesterday. And Burnett struck him out, and Hanley complained to the umpire, and Burnett, when he was walking off the field, told him to, in so many words, take a seat.
Lined into center field. And a leadoff hit for Hanley Ramirez. Johnny got the 2 strikes, couldn't finish off the Dodger shortstop.
Elevated a fastball belt high.
I think that's one of the things you see with Johnny when he's forced into a situation where he's got to throw a strike and he has to elevate it in his mind to do that. He loses a little bit of that movement, and a little bit easier for the hitters to stay on it.
This is Juan Rivera. 6 homers, 39 RBIs for the season in 82 games. That's his lifetime mark against the Braves. This guy has really hurt Atlanta pitching.
I believe he hit a home run in that series in L.A. In game 1 of that series, the Dodgers won 7-2.
Double play ball. Giannis to Ugla. That ball almost knocked him down. That's how hard it was hit. 2 outs.
Hard hit. And Paul Had the ball come up into his body a little bit, so his timing was a little off. Got his head out over his feet a little bit too far, but he recovered. Nice toss. Nice play on a in-between hop that came up on him.
Let's see if Johnny can retire Cruz. The Braves haven't done that yet tonight. He has a single, a double, a run, and 2 walks. Up the middle. Ugla behind the bag. Stumbles as he fires. Freeman leaps and saves a throw headed for the dugout. And it's an infield hit for Cruz. A 3-for-3 night.
Good range. He tried to plant and throw at the same time, and Freddie did a nice job to rebound that one.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Matt Trainer for the Dodgers. A pair of swinging strikeouts, a pair of groundouts to short.
Here's a case too where the Dodgers might just send the guy to swipe a bag, figuring they've got nothing to lose except maybe get it. If they do get the guy thrown out, Trainer or a pinch hitter can lead off the next inning if they can hold Atlanta. Cruz 2 for 2 in stolen bases.
Good stop by Ross. 2 balls and a strike. One more strike to get for Trainer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back to the mound. And Vetters pitches around a leadoff hit. Bottom of the 11th inning. Freddie Freeman, Dan Ugla, and David Ross coming up. One defensive change for the Dodgers. Juan Rivera remains in the game at first base for James Loney. Freddie Freeman will start it off for the Braves. He's looking for his first base hit in 5 tries tonight. He loves the first pitch. And he's down a strike. Just past 11 o'clock. We're in the 11th inning. I believe the last extra inning game the Braves played was July 20th. This is their 7th of the season. What a difference a year makes. The Braves had 24 extra inning games last year.
Good eye there. Make him get the ball up. Throws hard. That pitch 95. He's got the split finger pitch, but if everything's down, you got to make him elevate it a little bit.
Into center. And Kemp puts it away for out number 1.
Same thing applies for Dan here. Making Lee get the ball up now in a hitter's count. Look for something middle in.
Not close. 3 balls, no strikes.
Green light for me.
Absolutely. Same thing. Look for something middle in that you can drive, and if not, take it or take your walk.
Yeah, and don't swing at anything that starts at the knees here. 3-0.
Toward third. Cruz has it at the bag. He did have the green light. And that's the second out. David Ross in 0 for 3 tonight, but he walked in the 9th. One ball, one strike.
Dodgers lost 2 out of 3 to the Braves out in Los Angeles earlier in the year, but their numbers against the National League East very good. 15-8 overall. I told you earlier they're 3-0 against the Nationals.
Line drive by Ross. A 2-out hit for the Braves catcher. And that'll bring up Paul Janisch, who's 2 for 4 tonight.
real good at bats for David tonight. The battle he had with Capuano that he lost in the strikeout, then drawing a walk in the ninth, and now a base hit the other way.
The Dodgers will host the Nationals September 18th, 19th. Will go to Washington September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Hope LA can continue their good run against the Nationals in the final weeks of the regular season.
Yeah, those will be big games for both teams.
A strike to Paul, who's added 10 more points to his batting average. He's at 220 with 2 more hits tonight. If he can reach, Juan Francisco's grabbed a bat, and he stands in the on-deck circle.
Braves signed a young left-hander out of the Mexican League today. On the news that they'd sent Corey Guerin to Gwinnett as soon as Daniel Rodriguez gets his visa in order. He'll be reporting to Gwinnett. He's led the Mexican League in strikeouts each of the last 3 years.
Lined over second. That's headed to the right center field gap. Ross around second. On his way to third as Ethier cuts it off. First and third with 2 outs. Giannis, a 3-hit game. And the winning run is 90 feet away with 2 outs in the 11th.
Got that pitch up a little bit, just knee high. Gave Paul a chance to drive it. Good night for him at the plate.
Francisco tries to end it. Don Mattingly, with lineup card in hand, is headed for home plate. Might have a Dodger double switch.
They have not had a left-hander warming up. They've had Jamie Wright warming up. But it could be with the longest stint of the year for Brandon Liga's 2 innings. Maybe they just feel like they need a fresh arm.
So Don Mattingly talks over the lineup card with the home plate umpire, and the game on the base paths for the Braves with 2 outs in the 11th. At Turner Field, they've seen a whale of a ball game. Braves another chance to win it in their last at bat, this time in the 11th, and they'll face Jamie Wright. He's the 5th Dodger pitcher.
Been around a long time. He's in his 14th year in the big leagues. 37 years old. He can start or relieve. a long time. Signed with Colorado, was a first-round draft pick out of high school. Milwaukee, Kansas City, back to Colorado, the Giants, Texas, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Seattle the last couple of years.
Wow.
That's around the horn.
He's got a new battery mate in A.J. Ellis. With the winning run 90 feet away, Juan Francisco grabs a bat with 2 outs in the Braves' 11th.
Well, whatever you do, don't come in and throw one in the dirt. You know?
Yeah, I hate to see that.
And a new catcher.
Ball inside. Giannis takes second base unopposed. That takes away the force play there. A little more pressure on the Dodger defense. And ball, no strikes. That was ruled a stolen base.
That might be changed.
Big slow breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's what you got to look for from this guy. And the way he swung at that pitch looked like he was looking for it.
Laid off that one. 2-1 the count. Back-to-back 2-out hits by David Ross and Paul Giannis have Atlanta runners second and third in a tie game. Ground ball, base hit. The Braves have won it. Run, run, run.
Juan was going to make him earn it if they were going to come get him. His 5th pinch hit of the year. Thank you, Martine. Another curveball. And he didn't try to do too much with this one and just hit it right through the hole. Juan's been doing a great job for the Braves, both as a starter and now coming off the bench to win a ball game.
The Braves were down 3-1 after 7.
And another 2-out run that started with 2 out, nobody on.
Great way to start the weekend. Braves beat the Dodgers 4-3 your final.